Hello, AfterBuzzers. Welcome to another Shadowhunters after show here at AFTERBUZZ TV. We're going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 11, Malec. We loved it. It was so amazing. We cannot wait to hear what you guys thought about it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hi guys, I'm Sam Davidson, host of the AfterBuzzers, Shadowhunters after show. I keep on being one off with the episode numbers because I think I'm just sad to see it end. This is Season 1, Episode 12. Malec. So sorry. All right, guys, introduce yourselves. I have two lovely ho-hosts. Wow. This is April Fool's Day, so I guess it's okay to mess up a lot. All right, where can we find you?
Sorry if I just killed anyone's ears with my obnoxious
Where can we find you?
You can find me at Becca B Talks TV on Instagram and Twitter.
And you can find me on YouTube now at Dakota T Jones. I just posted a really fun Q&A video you guys got to check out. And then my Instagram and Twitter is still the same at Mr. Dakota T Jones.
And you guys can find me, Sam Davidson, at SamD43 on Twitter and Instagram, and of course, AfterBuzzz TV at AfterBuzzz TV on all social media platforms. We're so excited to talk about the show with you guys today.
I think everyone is very excited to talk about it today.
This was a big one for the fans and us here, because we're also fans. What did you guys think? Did it live up to the expectations?
I thought it did. I thought it lived up to the expectations plus some, because watching the episode, I didn't think that, I thought maybe that the kiss wouldn't, or whatever happened, wasn't not going to happen right there at the wedding. I thought maybe it was going to be afterwards or before, or like a dream sequence or something like that. So the fact that it happened so publicly, like right there in front of everyone and their mother, was kind of like
literally their mother.
Yeah,
literally.
Maris was there and everything. I wasn't expecting that, so I think that was the part that kind of shocked me, but I really liked it.
I think it exceeded my expectations, to be honest. I knew that it was going to be an exciting episode, but I didn't know that it was going to be that good. Mm-hmm. And I also think that, according to the tweets I saw on social media, a lot of the fans really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. What was your favorite moment, of the entire thing?
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
I'll tell you guys mine first.
Okay, yeah.
My favorite moment was at the end when Simon compared the kiss to the end of The Graduate.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, I love that movie.
I was like, just shut up, Simon. He just kept going too.
He's like the happiest vampire in the world.
I know.
But I just liked the reference to that movie because I actually really like The Graduate. So
yeah, that's a great movie.
My favorite part was definitely the twist at the end. We'll talk about it more later, but definitely whatever happened right there at the end before it cut off to, the end of the episode, that really messed with my mind, and it blew my mind. It was great.
Yeah, my favorite part of, the whole episode, I think, wasn't, I loved the wedding scene, but I liked a part at the beginning, especially.
Part? The part, with the music and all of everyone walking in?
No, the beginning of the episode. The very beginning.
All right.
I guess we'll talk about.
Well, yeah. Let's get into that right now then.
Okay.
So we start out with Izzy so excited about this wedding, which I think is so cute because I think Izzy actually just really wants to get married. Right?
I know. I think she does. I think she's living out through her fantasies through everyone else.
I know.
Poor girl.
I think she has a pretty insane crush on Simon right now.
I think that she does, but she doesn't know it yet.
She doesn't know it yet.
Not yet.
But she is crushing on him.
Sizzy, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Sizzy.
Here we go.
Speaking of.
I don't know if you can see. There we go.
We got some good Sizzy action. And, of course, some Malec action.
Very appropriate.
I'm, completely covered in Malec, and it's gold and sparkly.
I'm wearing Shadow Squad.
And Becca's still over here, Team Clay, despite the fact that they're siblings.
I'm sorry, guys.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
So, yeah.
You never know.
Let's just hope.
Well, they can order these, right?
Yes. You guys, at SFESEF Apparel, and you can follow them on social media, and it's on Etsy, and you could just look that up, then you'll be directed to where you can buy these. And
I love them all.
She's making some more fun stuff for us next week, which is really exciting for the finale.
Yes.
So those will be available to you guys as well. So Izzy's really excited about this wedding, and she asks Jace kind of what his involvement in it is going to be, and he brushes it off. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's what it seems like, right?
Yeah, that's what it seems like at first, but the relationship between two of them at the beginning is like a rocky.
I think with Jace, like I wrote down in my notes, like we see him starting to have like more of a dark side. Like you see little glints of him just kind of really struggling with himself, and you know he comes across like rude and abrasive, but you can kind of tell he's questioning his whole existence. Like if Valentine's my father, like I might be, I might be, you know, of evil as well. And then dealing with the whole thing with Clary, like the guy is just not having.
He doesn't know what to think, and his mind is getting the best of him right now.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Clary knew that Valentine has been her father for a while, and she never went dark.
Right.
Yeah.
She never said, like, oh, this is a possibility for me. And I still feel as though it's weird that they're so accepting of the fact that they just believe what Valentine says. I would be like, okay, let's not, like,
let's
make
investigate
out for a little while. Like, cool, let's just chill on the kissing. But, let's ask Mom when she wakes up.
Yeah.
I love that. Let's ask Mom.
Let's ask Mom.
Speaking of Mom, you know, Jocelyn just chilling like a villain. Floating in the air in the coma.
Like always.
Yep. With like a big orb around her.
Yep.
I was really hoping she'd be awoken at this point.
I thought she would have.
Next week, yeah.
It's gotta happen.
Yeah, it's gotta happen. Come on. Finale.
Can you imagine though if they literally did that to us and said, nope, she's not woken up yet. You gotta wait till season 2.
Or like at the last minute of the episode, she's gonna wake up like for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, have you heard anything about when they're going to be starting filming or when they're supposed to be debuting the second season?
Well, okay, so from what we heard from Kat when she was here last time, what is it, Maze Runner?
Yeah.
So but filming on that has halted a bit because very sadly one of the stars got into an accident.
Yeah.
And she said that they originally had to push filming because of that, but now I don't know. But I do know that they have, I think, officially-ish announced that Shadowhunters will be back the beginning of 2017. So it's January. I know, it sucks.
Because I heard something like
that's a long
because
way,
of
guys.
the push off of that, they may have started shooting Shadowhunters early, and then we may get like a fall premiere. That's what I heard by somebody, but like I don't know. It's just all speculation.
I'm hoping for a fall premiere.
Yeah, because they said spring. This next week is going to be the spring finale, and usually when they say spring finale, it means they're going to have like a fall finale or a fall premiere.
Well, you know, it's interesting because they have Freeform and old ABC Family has like Pretty Little Liars. They go for 22, 23 episodes.
Yeah.
They come back in January and then in June.
Yeah, but so per year it's a lot more episodes, and their newer shows get 10 to 12, which makes sense. But then I'm trying to think of the newer shows that have been bumped up to like that had an initial order of 10 to 12.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many episodes season 2 is gonna actually have.
Yeah, I would love it if they had more.
22.
Yeah.
So cool.
Or 24.
I wish.
Would be better.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, so you know, Luke is there with Jocelyn. We coined a new term, and it was Looselin. It kind of sounds like Lucifer.
Kind of.
But the other one sounded weirder. The name that we had for that, Juke.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't Juke. I had, let's see, it was, I don't know, it was weird. All right, so she's floating, and he's watching over her, and, you know, he's, like, professing his love for her more so, I think, than he ever did when she was awake.
Right.
Yeah.
Why, you don't like that?
Didn't we hear him say something like, you know, oh, one day it'll be us having a wedding, something along those lines, and I was like, oh, would you look at that? Commitment.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at it? Just look at it.
Yeah. I just want her to wake up at this point. So
anything else thereafter
answers.
Is just kind of like trivial.
Right now I just want answers and not
incest.
Yes, that should be a shirt right there. I need answers, not incest.
Yeah, I just want answers.
Exactly. And Clary's there, and she's talking with Luke. Alec comes in, and Clary and Alec share a nice moment where he asks...
that was actually one of my favorite parts of this episode.
He asks how, you know, Jocelyn's doing, and she kind of thanks him, he thanks her. It's just a big old love fest.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I think finally seeing Clary and Alec have a moment where they're kind of like, you know what? I know we don't agree on everything, but I respect you and I thank you for this and I thank you for this. I was like, wow, that's like big. That's a big moment of the show. And I feel like this episode, the whole thing, had so many of those moments where we were finally seeing what we needed to see this whole season.
Makeups.
Yep.
Like, people forgiving.
Exactly.
Forgiveness played a big part in this episode, I feel like.
Oh, that's so true.
It's so true. But I'm so sad because Kat was saying, you know, the last episode is really going to just break us. So I'm like,
Well,
great.
based on what we found out at the end of this episode, yeah, probably.
But for the book readers, this is something that they knew was coming.
Yeah.
So, guys, tell us in the chat, you know, how you felt about this episode versus how it played out in the books. You know, speaking of the big point of the episode was Malec. We have Alec and Magnus, and we have their first scene together when Alec's talking to Claire, and then he says, "Oh, gotta go. Important things. Magnus needs me.
Yeah.
It's a big bye." And Claire is just like,
Bye.
"Uh-huh. Okay, yeah."
Yeah.
They're all like, okay, you're in love with Magnus, just, you have to admit it to yourself.
Yeah.
You want to know something that I've really noticed is like they keep having this thing where it's like, I like you, do you like me? Oh, you have to follow your heart.
Yeah.
But it's like they've never been on a date, like they said in the episode. They've never really gotten to know each other that well. They've never like hung out. It's always been like, oh, let's hang out, let's have a drink. Oh, I have a call, I have to go. This. Or that. So it's like, how did they, like, for me, I know that they're really drawn to each other, but I want to see them like
How did they get
actually
drawn to
have
each
a,
other?
you know, relationship, because it's right now it's all still kind of crushy mode.
You know, I think it was a couple episodes ago where we had the alternate universe, and it was like their roles were reversed, but they were still drawn to each other. I think that it kind of is that kind of thing, that it is written in the stars, and like
Love
no
at first
matter
sight.
no matter what universe you're in or realm, those two are supposed to be together, and it might not really make sense, but that's like what is supposed to happen for them. I just got the chills saying that. What is wrong with me?
Are you just like a tingle off your spine?
Speaking of that Malec scene right there.
Yeah. So he goes there, and I love it. They, you know, he when Alec gets there, he gets like a big glass of wine, just like appears in his hand, and Magnus is like, you know, I don't like to drink alone. Magnus is like a low-key alcoholic,
Basically.
But it's awesome because I mean, I'm a big vampire fan, and you know, I guess
just snaps his finger.
Yeah, like vampires can drink as much as they want, which is awesome. Like it's kind of good for them. And I probably, you know, with warlocks, like it can't affect him either. So he's just enjoying himself. I'd probably do the same thing.
He's just like popping bottles left and right.
Yeah, he really is. And when Alec goes to see Magnus, nothing really gets resolved. Magnus is just there saying, you know, I don't really know who put Jocelyn under this spell, but I just want you to figure out yourself and follow your heart.
Yeah.
And Alec is, and you know, Matt's a really good actor.
He is. Yeah.
He's very good at
they're all very good actors.
And we see that he really, like, we see his acting skills, especially like in this episode, I feel like, because you know he's always kind of like blasé and like doesn't really, you know, show any emotion, but then we see like it crack, and like he does have emotion and everything, and seeing like how he's dealing with that, like this is new, like why am I showing emotion in this episode, really shows that he's a great actor. Like he's not just saying his lines, like he's really in it.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's great at the not showing emotion thing and then switching over.
Here's the thing, though, I want to touch on is that, think about it, though, Magnus is hundreds of years older than Alec still.
I was thinking, like, I don't know which scene, and I think the first Malec scene in the episode, like, kind of had me thinking that for some reason, which I haven't thought about since, I don't know how many episodes ago, but I was actually thinking that, and I'm like, that's so weird.
Yeah, what do you think of that? Like, do you think it's
not that I think it's creepy, because it happens with vampires and stuff all the time, and I'm totally cool with that. But like in real life, all the time. But I think that with this particular relationship, they're making it more clear because it's important to realize that Magnus is so much more evolved than Alec. Alec's like a little baby compared to him. It'd be
He's still learning.
Yeah, he has so much to learn, and you know, I've come full circle. You can't blame Alec, because really, compared to Magnus, he is a child.
I know.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna take him some time to come around. Alec bursts out. It's very dramatic, and Magnus is ready to like throw in the towel.
But I also feel like even though Alec is a child compared to Magnus, he's gone through a lot that's made him more mature than people his age. And
Yeah, he is very mature. That's how he seems. But then when you compare him to someone that's so evolved that just loves love, I think Magnus does.
Yeah.
And that's
I love love.
I love love
Becca?
too. Speaking of loving love, I'm kind of loving Simon and Clary right now.
We got
So
some
is
Klein
Simon.
in action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're gonna get some climbing stuff made, and we're gonna be wearing that next week,
Hey.
hopefully. So
So
I'm
excited.
gonna be wearing it proudly.
yeah, I've always been team climbing, but they
Yeah.
kind of
I
pushed
think they're
it.
good for each other.
For the first episode, I was team Kleiman until they totally just kind of pushed that storyline off. And it was
Nah.
just Clace all the way, and I was like, okay, Clace, but then now I'm like, ooh, Kleiman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
know.
I'm good with I'm good with climbing.
I don't know.
But I like Clace too.
Yeah, and I also like Sizzy.
I know. I'm over here
We all
dreaming
just
about
have
Sizzy.
mixed emotions here.
Well,
we
this is-
like every couple on this show.
I honestly think that this has turned from, and by the way, our love octagon is under reconstruction. I did not want to bring it this week because it's, it'd be like driving onto a sidewalk. We're going to make it really pretty for whoever wins
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
But this love octagon has grown into 10 people
It
for
has.
me.
And it's a whole bunch of different ways these relationships could work out.
Yeah.
At this point, everyone could be good for each other at some point
Yeah.
of the show.
Yeah, or in a different dimension. It's
Seriously.
wouldn't it be cool if you could have a soulmate in each dimension?
Oh my gosh.
That
you
would
could
get
have,
so exhausting. I mean, I guess you wouldn't know that in the other dimension you were
The
for someone else,
alternate
but
the
goodness.
alternate dimension climbing can be a thing.
Yeah. Well, no, but the alternate dimension was Sizzy.
Yeah, I was also thinking that too.
But there must be tons and tons of alternate dimensions
Yeah.
other than the one that we saw. So Clary invites Simon to the wedding. And he is the best vampire ever. He's so happy.
is.
And he's like, well, I can't get there until after dark. I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's fine. Take your time.
He was just beaming throughout that whole phone call. Let's be honest here.
I know.
He was beaming, and I was like, "Oh, you're so cute." Still, I have this huge crush on Clary. And
So many people are shipping, I think it was called Saphael, Simon and Raphael. People are trying to
Bromance.
ship that so hard, and it's I don't think that's gonna happen.
Bromance. They didn't start off on the best terms, but now they are
They were on the
because
they were,
of
and then they were
certain things that have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of seems like Simon is he could be taken over. He might be young, but he also kind of is just very carefree about the whole thing and is making good relations between the different sectors of people. And he's helping that. And
Yeah.
I think that's important.
I know.
Yeah, Simon's playing a big part as a
A mediator.
yeah,
between
kind of.
the vamps and the werewolves
helping
and-
everyone get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Shadowhunters, and God, I love now that it's almost the finale. I can't believe I make myself laugh because I wrote episode 12 on here, and I just
back in June.
I know I love how Simon's character has his character has changed the most. And guys, we will be having him via Skype on the show
Yes.
next week, as we've announced. Many of you know, but his character is by far, I think, my favorite.
We wish he could come in.
I know.
Yeah.
He might
You never
within the
know,
next few
guys.
months.
Next season.
Yeah, and we could maybe do a special if Alberto could come in even when the show's not on. That would
Yeah.
be really, really fun. I think
Next
that
season.
we should definitely try to make that happen. Let's talk about this new character, Ragnar.
Yes.
Cool character. Not a
Cool.
big fan of the makeup
Creepy
horns.
horns.
Yeah, why does he have horns and then no one else does? Is that just is he a different type of warlock?
We
or
saw
what?
some warlocks in
I
the
was
first
very
couple
confused
episodes
about that
with
one.
horns.
Okay.
I remember, but I didn't like them. I just thought that, I don't know, they didn't look. They're probably my least favorite visual part.
Yeah. I have to agree. I was kind of confused about the horns, but I liked the character. I like warlocks. So
Me too. Warlocks are my favorite, and he was a
I'm gonna be
pretty
a warlock.
He was a pretty cool dude.
I wish that whenever someone was trying to come to my house that I didn't want to see them, I could just hide in the painting.
Yeah,
How cool is that?
That'd be fantastic.
creepy as hell.
Yeah.
but
creepy, but
No, that whole scene reminded me of, I want to say, Harry Potter in a way. I was like, Okay, am I watching Harry Potter or Shadowhunters right now? Because
I love how his front door was just wide open, though.
Yeah, it was really cool. So Magnus, they find out that Ragnar's the one that put the spell probably on Jocelyn because he was a teacher in Idris for Shadowhunters in the 90s, and that would be right around when Jocelyn would have put the spell on herself.
horns are his mark. So.
Oh, what's Magnus's mark then, guys?
Yeah, what's Magnus's mark?
Maybe like the cat eyes?
Maybe, but I mean, I think that's just
A warlock thing.
makeup.
True.
Well, I mean, it is makeup. but-
Magnus's mark is glitter.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's Magnus, Jace, and Clary that all go to find Ragnar's
Place.
beautiful cottage in London. And it's really cool. The first time I watched the episode, you know, that green fire, whatever that was, I thought that Magnus said, like, a virgin will be able to go through. And then I watched the episode 2 more times. I'm like, that's not what he said. But
I was very confused about that whole.
yeah, but at first I was like, oh, well, Clary's probably the only virgin, so she's the only one that's going through.
Yeah,
Right. But then why, I don't know, like, Jace, like, he seems like that kind of guy. This is the first time he's ever kind of fallen in love or, like, showed interest in, like, a female character. And I'm kind of like, well, why wouldn't he be a virgin, too? But who knows?
Yeah.
A lot of people said that they don't think he is, but I'm like, I don't see him, like, being with anybody.
Well, he does have a past. I think there's a Tessa character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
who knows? But he comes in and, well, they all try to go in, and Jace and Magnus disappear. Clary goes into Ragnar's house and he pops out of the painting. Again, yeah, very Harry Potter, a lot of fun.
yes.
And then when Ragnar asks Clary, like, what she will give him to help her, she says, if you can bring me back my friends and my mom, I'll give you anything. And then all of a sudden, like, Jace
It's a
and Magnus appear.
dangerous thing to say.
Would you ever tell anyone that with horns growing out of their heads? No.
I'll give you anything.
No.
You know...
I'll give you my firstborn child. No. Rumpelstiltskin, chill.
He literally was like so fairy tale.
I know.
But his house was dope.
Yeah,
that was
no,
not a
his house
cottage.
was
That was
there.
like a cottage mansion.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Cottage mansion.
I loved it. And, you know,
Hotel Ragnar.
yes. Hotel Ragnar. Oh my god, I totally Airbnb that place.
Airbnb. Yes.
Wait, can I?
That'd be
On
super
a serious
cool.
note.
So the guys appear, Jace and Magnus, and then they all start talking. And I have a question for you guys. Was Ragnar talking to Jace and Magnus, like, when they were invisible, or somebody else? When he's talking to Claire and he's like, shut up! Like, no, it's not a ruse.
Yeah.
Who
I think he was talking to Jace and Magnus because, like, they appeared right in the... Because we kind of, like, saw little sparkles or whatever whenever he was talking to them. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Who's this guy talking to? But then they, like, appear and they were right in the spot. So I think they were, like, trying to protest or say something. And he was just like, shut up. And then he, like, unglamored them or whatever. And, like,
Yeah.
Clary could see them.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think so, at
Because I
least.
was like,
Yeah,
else?
let's.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
Chat,
assuming
explain
so.
it to us.
Yeah,
Is
guys.
Dakota right?
Yeah.
Is he not right?
If not,
Is he right?
sorry.
Well, we unfortunately see the Shax demon again.
I hate those
And
things. Those
yeah.
little boogers, I swear.
They suck.
I know.
They're literally
Those
like,
demons are.
killer boogers is
Yeah.
what they are. So Ragnar says that he knows how to wake Jocelyn up maybe if they find this book, which is the white, let me see.
White
Yeah, it's some white
The
book.
white book.
The
but
white book.
this is the part where maybe you guys can explain it to me. Why was it hidden in Camille's, like, cell, dungeon, casket thing?
Yeah.
Why was it there?
Everything is just coming back to. Everything seems to be coming back to Camille in this episode.
It does. And
It points back to Camille, so I guess to go back, we have to, like, trace her steps.
I guess. I just don't understand why the book was with her.
Yeah, I don't either. But what happens is Ragnar unfortunately ends up dying, and it's
Yeah.
really sad for Magnus because we keep on saying, why is Magnus getting himself in this situation? Like, what does he, what does he want, and what does he have to do exactly?
Well, in the past, he's been kind of hesitant about getting himself into these situations.
Yeah, but now he's in it.
Now he's completely in it, which I appreciate. like I like seeing him help
then
out.
his friend ended up dying.
Yeah,
and I would have been mad at Clary and Jace too.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, I think Magnus is the one that like led this whole expedition. So it's really not
kind
their
of his
fault.
fault.
Yeah. But he's like, I wouldn't have ever gotten my friend or myself in the situation if it wasn't for you guys, the Shadowhunters.
I mean, he's risking his life and others' life for the Shadowhunters, which the Shadowhunters are risking their lives to help save everyone else. So
yeah, whenever we saw like Magnus sitting there talking to himself, and then Ragnar would appear and disappear. Like for a while there, I was like, oh my gosh, he's living. Like this demon didn't kill him. But that part confused me for a while until I was like, oh, okay, this is just like a him talking to himself, like through, you know, his love for his friend. But I thought that was really cool how he really helped him through, and like it was like, oh yeah, the one time you take my advice, it's like when I'm dead.
Well, yeah, okay, so now we have ghosts.
Yeah, apparently we have ghosts now.
yeah,
Which, I mean,
adds to the
I love
supernatural.
ghosts, but they terrify me. But you know what? Glad he's still around. And after he dies, you know, Magnus takes all of the stuff and he says, I'll figure out how to fix this and how to wake Jocelyn up, but leave. And so they do. And Clary feels really bad. Clary feels shitty.
I know.
It's crappy. Sorry. Sorry, 14-year-old fans.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. But back to Clary. So they... What?
The Wi-Fi is not working.
Uh-oh.
So
It's down.
right now, so
We can't
we're
see
trying to
your
get it to
comments.
work. I apologize if you're trying to.
Yeah.
Communicate with us.
We're going to
Communicate
talk
with us,
about some
but-
of your tweets and stuff that we so
Yeah,
appreciate in a
that
little
was
bit.
so cute.
Yeah, we'll do that at,
Okay,
towards
now
the
it's
end.
starting to work.
Okay, good.
Again, so.
All right, so Clary, when Clary and Jace get back to the Institute, they're like, oh, okay, there is a mole, because the Shax demon would not have been able to go through the portal following them if, you know, they didn't know about it. And there were only a few people that were there in the Institute at the beginning when they were talking about it.
I know.
One of them being Lydia.
Uh-huh.
And Jace wants to just,
mean-
like, tear her apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
I mean, all signs kind of point to her at first because, you know, we see, like, they replay the part where they say, oh, well, you know, I think we need to go talk to this Ragnar person. Like, we see kind of Lydia kind of, like, look over like, what's this? But I think maybe they were just imagining that, thinking, oh, she's guilty type of thing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't catch up on, I didn't
think-
catch that look whenever they first played it. But when they did the flashback, it almost was like what they envisioned what she did.
You know, I feel really bad about talking crap about Lydia now. She's really
I do
getting
too,
the short
'cause-
end of the stick.
No, I love Lydia. She's one of my favorite characters in this whole show, honestly, at this point. But I think the mole, who we'll talk about later, was like trying to
Pinned it
make
on her.
everyone suspicious of Lydia.
Yeah. And, okay, I'm not 100% believing her yet. I mean, it's not that I don't believe her. I don't know. I think that there's more for her story to tell.
Oh no, I think there's a lot more that we
Need to know.
still need to figure out about Lydia.
Yeah, but Clary kind of confronts her, and there's this, I think it was a really interesting, fun scene.
I liked that.
Yeah, where Lydia is like looking at her wedding dress. Clary says it's beautiful. She's so sweet, you know. But then she accuses her of
know.
like,
And she was like, you know what, I'm gonna just like, I'm just gonna quietly, you know, talk to her about it. I'm not gonna confront her. And I'm like, okay. And so then she goes and she confronts her, like saying pretty much she did it. And I was like, that wasn't
it's
what
like
you said you were gonna
such a
do.
girl thing to do. It's like, no, I'm not gonna confront her,
Yeah.
guys. It's not gonna be like that. Then they go and
I'm just
be
gonna
really
confront her.
They accuse.
Yeah,
April Fools. I actually am gonna confront her.
But, you know, we hear very much so from Clary that these people are her family and she wants to protect them. And then we hear for the first time from Lydia why she's really marrying Alec, besides it being a good alliance. She really does love the fact that Alec just cares about his family and cares about being a shadow hunter. And that kind of like...
Well, because Lydia likes following the rules, and so does Alec. So,
I mean, we think Lydia likes following the rules, but like,
as far as we know.
yeah, as far as we
Well,
know.
poor Lydia. I mean, I don't know. I think that she...
But she knew all along about Alec.
By the way, I feel like we're
Magnus.
gonna get total hate if we don't go back and kind of briefly touch on like what happened at the wedding.
Oh, we'll get to the wedding.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh. We
Okay.
will get
We will
to...
I was
get
like,
to the
I think we
wedding.
totally skipped that.
No. The
Okay.
wedding is after Clary and Lydia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so but before the wedding, though,
Yes,
we have a
Stephanie
fun...
Bennett, who plays Lydia, is a really good actress.
She is. Oh, and something else I wanted to mention, which I was going to mention during the wedding scene, but I think it'd be okay to mention it now. Tina Hiroka and I, my BFF, like, love that girl.
Yes, we love Tina.
Said exactly what I was thinking during this. So I think that they're, not to get into predictions or into the wedding scene, but Lydia and Jace.
Lydia and Jace?
Lace. That makes a pretty good ship name.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
That's I like
Team
that
Lace.
ship name, so...
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling them. I am. I'm kind of feeling
Tension.
it. And I'm feeling, like the Simon and Clary. So
I know. I mean, I feel like that's definitely going to be season 2. There's going to be a mess of that stuff.
there's just going to be so many. It's just going to turn into an orgy. Like,
Oh
you
my God,
can't.
I know.
Because an octagon, okay, there's 8 sides. Is there one with 10, 12, 15? I don't think there's a shape with that size.
No.
That's what they just call a big circle, which they also call an orgy.
Yeah. Seriously, and
Oh
I
my
feel like
goodness.
every day we're gonna be switching out hats and shirts, like confusing ourselves. Like, what am I today? Am I Team Sizzy? Am I Team
We
Clace?
should.
Climbing? We're gonna be like switching out our
Oh,
outfits.
God, that's so funny. I love it, though. Thank you again, SF Apparel. This has
Yes.
been so much fun to wear this
I'm in
stuff.
love.
I'm
Okay,
obsessed with it.
A lot of people don't like the idea of Lydia and Jace, but there's also some people who love it. So, I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
we have mixed feelings. Some people are like, no.
Here's the thing, okay? Let's say we know that the books are taking a bit of a different direction. I'm sorry, the TV show is taking a different direction than the books. So, what if they are brother and sister? We still have to act like, as an audience, not knowing what happens in the books. So, if they are brother and sister, we want Jace to be with someone, and we want Claire to be with someone.
Because who knows what...
How big of a
happen.
twist would that be? To be like, oh, you know what? We're not gonna follow the books. They are brother and sister, and 100% they are, and yeah, they're not gonna be together.
Hey, you
because they're
never
brother and
know.
sister. That would be crushing to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Like, people would just die. I feel like that would just be so sad for a lot of them.
It would. But another ship, we love the Sizzy. We had a really fun Sizzy moment.
Yes.
When Simon is at the Hotel D'Amour and Izzy just randomly goes there and is like, bachelor party. Tell me about it.
Yeah, she looks so good there too with
Almost-
the red dress. Oh, she's so pretty.
She's almost seems to be hinting like...
Marry me.
Marry me or take me as your date.
Ooh,
this.
I didn't catch that. He's already been taken.
Yeah, he's already been taken in this episode by Clary, who he's just falling back in
Everyone
love
just
with.
like throws themselves at Simon. It's so funny.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's probably why he's Skyping in, guys.
He's gonna be Skyping and he's gonna have some girls pop their heads and be like, hello.
Yeah, he's like, this has been the best year of my life. Okay, so we have let's get to the important part of this, which is the wedding. Such a beautiful scene. I was so proud of the writers,
Yes.
the set
Yeah.
designers, art directors. It was gorgeous.
That scene was fantastic, and as I said at the beginning, it definitely exceeded my expectations for what was gonna happen.
A lot of the fans really loved how the music that went along with it just really brought more emotion and intensity in it, because that music playing in the background while all this was happening, I was just on the edge of my seat.
Oh yeah, that music sounded like
It was perfect.
It
I
did.
agree. I really
it made me have anxiety, to be honest.
And then the little dun 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 whenever Magnus kind of comes in, starts galloping in, I was just like,
Yeah, and
heads turn.
as they're putting the ruins on each other and their bracelets, Alec and Lydia, Magnus comes in because Ragnar basically told him as a ghost,
Yep.
to go for the young man. And it's like, yes, he's young. And he goes, and once Alec sees him, he can't breathe.
I know.
He can't breathe. And
Alec.
yeah, he tells Lydia he's sorry, and Lydia's very understanding.
Well,
Oh,
Lydia was expecting it.
it totally broke me though whenever Lydia's like, I'll be fine. She said, I'll be fine. And I've felt that before in a past relationship where I'm kind of how you have to let go because they like somebody else, and you're like, I'll be fine. And I literally broke me when that happened. I was like, I've said that before.
I'm gonna
So
pause
sad.
real quick because everyone is hashtagging by the angel on the chat, so I just wanted to point that out.
What does by the angel mean?
Yeah.
Explain, guys.
Explain, guys.
Because I feel
guys.
like it was part of the episode, but
Yeah, someone said that. Was it Lydia that
Yeah.
said that?
someone said that.
Okay, yeah, explain that to us. The scene was gorgeous. It was heartbreaking. Alec runs out to Magnus, and Alec's parents are there. And
Alec's parents in that scene, I really like.
They were really good.
They were fantastic. Like, I wish they would be more supportive of.
The dad is
the dad was very supportive.
Which I heard was a twist from the books.
Not very,
Well, more than we expected.
More than
him to
Maris, his mother.
He asked questions and was like, "Is this love?" Which was kind of funny because Alec's like, "No," and it was so great. I thought that was so funny.
And I was like, so you're just gonna, mess this whole thing up and like kind of kiss a guy in front of everyone and have it not be love.
I know, and I'm just like, it's all very new.
Yeah.
Trying to come into his rescue was so funny.
But are they explaining it, Becca? In the chat?
It's an expression from the books.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, so after this crazy wedding scene, Magnus actually comes for other reasons because he figures it out where the white book is, and it's with Camille, like we said. And, it's finally, I feel like we're all really working together. Luke wasn't there, but Luke was watching over Jocelyn.
We are working together.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
It is nice to see.
Different from the very beginning of the show.
Absolutely. And we also have, a Jace and Clare. We had a few Jace and Clare scenes, and I'm sorry if you're upset, guys. We skipped over them a little bit, but quite frankly, they make me uncomfortable. And
as of right now.
Yeah, and I think they make them uncomfortable. Like, how many times have they said, "This is weird, I feel so weird"? Like,
he's like, I kissed my sister.
They can't even talk without being awkward in this episode.
I'm sorry, we did skip over one important thing, which was the Alec and Jace reunion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was so cute.
Romance.
Yeah, they're parapatai again. And
that was...
At least they're working it out. They're working on it.
And going back, forgiveness was a huge part of this episode. Mm-hmm. So that scene was just like, I'm sorry if we, I'm sorry for being on the wrong side.
Yeah, and they both forgave each other, I think. Mm-hmm. And it was really nice. And I thought it was funny when Alec mentioned, so Clary and you, brother and sister. Yeah. And Jace's like, I don't want to talk about it. And he's like, sisters can be crazy. Because he was mentioning Izzy bringing them together for the bachelor party. And he was like, your sister, my sister, crazy. It's like, no, not the same thing, man. Yeah. You can't do that.
No.
Stop talking.
But at the end, also after the wedding, Clary calls Jace up to her room. And Jace is like, Clary, why are you calling me up here? Bad idea. I think you're so hot and you're my sister and this is just awkward. She's like, no, Jace, it's okay.
Sit on the bed. Let's talk.
Yeah, let's just sit on the bed next to me. And I have your baby shoes.
Yeah.
And your baby hairs.
So cool. It's not creepy.
Please.
Baby hairs.
Not creepy.
And he's like, oh my God. This touches me, but also makes me angry.
Yeah,
and it pissed him off because he's been hating on Jocelyn this whole time, thinking that she gave him up and abandoned him, which I think we'll later find out is not true. That scene to me was just kind of funny and weird, and I think we'll get more of that, but it'll be better. But it was, and as the fans said, they wanted this to happen because it is an important part of the books, an important part of the story as a whole.
Well, it's a good storyline. It kind of throws us off a little bit there, or a lot.
I was just reading something about Freeform the other day, and it's how much Freeform loves incest. And it's just
very true, though.
I know.
It happens in
all the shows. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, it briefly happened in Pretty Little Liars, so that's pretty true.
That's true. That's pretty true.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had that fun scene with them. And, all right. Let's talk some John Core Hodge. We love John Core, by the way.
We adore John Core. Shout out to John Core. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One of I've loved everyone we've had on absolutely this season, but John Core's been amazing.
Yes.
And he played a big part at the end of this episode. So Lydia is going to take the cup.
Which I was like, this little...
I know. And then I was like, oh, wait, she's supposed to take the cup. Wait. Okay. I think she's just doing what she's supposed to do.
Wait, I'm guessing a lot of people were telling me what she's supposed to do is she was thinking, you know what, now that all this is happening, I'm going to take the cup and run and hide it in a better spot. right?
Maybe. No, well, I thought she was just going back to Idris and taking it to the Clave. Like, that was the plan.
Yeah,
the
but
whole
she was
time.
kind of doing it behind their backs, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? Like, I would be a little pissed if I was her too, but I'm not sure if those were her motives behind it. I think she actually just might have been doing what she was supposed to do. We keep on looking for a deeper thing with her that's, like, evil, but maybe there's not a deeper thing that's evil. I don't know.
No, I don't think there.
And when she's grabbing for it, well, she has it, Hodge comes in, like, hits her over the head, knocks it out of her hand, grabs it. And then, at the end of the episode, we have, you know, Luke still watching over Jocelyn. And Hodge comes in, because he's, like, the most trustworthy dude.
You would think.
Luke is going to be all over Jocelyn when she wakes up. I'm kidding.
Well, if, like, they're both still alive.
Yeah.
If they're both still alive, then.
Yeah, because, you know, Hodge says, listen, man, you know, go get some sleep. And Luke trusts him, so he leaves him with Jocelyn. And then Valentine, he puts on this ring, just like yours, actually, Dakota.
Hey.
Dakota's on Valentine's side,
Where's-
guys.
oh.
Dakota
Wouldn't it
is
be so
betraying
cool
us.
If Valentine is, like, popped up right now, you know?
Yes,
Which,
seriously.
speaking of Valentine, we will try, hopefully, have him in next season. So.
Yeah.
He said he'd love to.
No, yeah,
on her
he's-
You know,
Twitter.
So,
you guys, we
Hey.
tried so hard, obviously, but, like, a lot of these actors are Canadian,
Yes.
which makes it hard, but we love them still, so we're definitely going to try to get them back. And now that we know the show's coming back, we have, like, a lot of time to get them in.
to prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we might have Alan on next season.
That'd be so cool.
So Hodge trades the cup for his freedom, basically. And then we end the episode. Really quickly, I would like to get into some news and gossip, which is fun.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Our fellow host at AfterBuzz, Yael Teagle, was at WonderCon, and she
Interviewed some of the cast.
interviewed some of the cast, and we'd like to play you the video.
TV.
So good to see you.
Oh, you brought this one with you?
I did bring this one.
This one. Hi. Last time we talked, you had to turn the eyes off.
I had to turn the eyes off?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I couldn't look at them.
No, I don't know what to do now, though. I'm in a bad place because I don't know how to turn them off.
Yeah.
Sunglasses?
Oh, they're over there.
Next time, next time.
So we just learned on the show something that reminded me of Happy Land so much.
I
Yeah.
always end up on these shows.
Yeah. So your characters, Clary and Jace, are maybe brother and sister?
Yeah.
As far as we know, yeah, we're
As
brother
far
and
as we
sister.
know, we are related. It's a little awkward.
Yeah, the fans were saying the reaction that you had was not as shocked.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
all right. There's a little fun clip of that.
So go to Yael's channel and
Yes.
check out all the videos if you haven't already.
Yeah, we will tweet out the link, which will be,
I think a few people saw already. So.
Yeah, we'll tweet out the link. Whoa. It's April. The wink for you guys. We'll tweet
wink?
out the wink.
We'll tweet out the wink.
It'll be a lot.
We'll tweet out the
co-hosts
link.
will
We'll tweet out the link with
All
the
of the
cute, like,
ho-hosts.
winking emoji.
I feel like I'm like talking like Ragnar, maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was a bit of a weirdo. I
love
liked
him, though.
him.
Just April Fool's Day is throwing you off tonight.
It really is. All right, guys. On that note, let's get into some predictions.
Yes.
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right.
Dakota, go first.
So my main prediction now, sad to say, is that this last episode, the finale, is going to be, we're like, oh, is Jocelyn going to wake up? And she's not. I have a feeling she's just not going to wake up. If she was going to wake up, they would have already done it already, I think. Like, this is the final episode. Like, she's not going to wake up, guys. It makes me sad, but I think they'll make us wait till season 2, and I think that'll kill a lot of the fans. So just...
It'll be our reason to look forward to season 2, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, some people on the chat have been saying that she's probably won't wake up next episode, but
Sad
at
day.
the same time, like, I really want it to be different from what fans who've read the books are expecting, and I don't know. I'd love to see her wake up. Do you all have someone's supposed to die in the next episode?
Die.
Yes.
Yeah, Danny was thinking that someone's gonna die, and then Jessica
Well-
loves K-pop, wants to predict that Malec is finally gonna have their cute date.
Oh,
Well,
that's a good one.
I think the executive producers have talked about someone is supposed to die
What?
I'm,
in the next episode.
okay, listen. Regardless, I'm afraid it's gonna be Hudge.
I'm afraid it's going to be Hodge as well,
Ugh.
which I don't want to happen.
Because I want him to come back in next season.
We'll still, oh my god, we would still have John Cora on every week if we could.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
seriously.
yeah. We definitely would. But I don't know. I feel like Hodge brings a lot to the show.
And they haven't, like, brought him in as much, which, we just get little, like, snippets of him.
And he originally said he was only going to have like a 3-episode thing, and then they liked him, and then they kept him. So
Yeah.
maybe they are going to eventually kill him off. And he told us when he was in here that there was a scene where he's all covered in blood and he's gory and everything, and he said that they were expecting them to show more of it, and they had to like cut away because it was just too gory, and they were like on to the next scene. So I'm really wondering why he's all bloody gory. So that makes me think he'd be the one to die.
So, but we have to pick someone else besides Hodge, who would it be that would die?
Ooh.
I don't want to pick because both characters I think are going to die. Like,
Both
it's between like
characters?
2 characters.
What's the
who
other one?
No, I'm thinking it's either Hodge or Lydia.
I don't know. Like, wouldn't it be
And
sad
I don't
if,
want
like,
either of them to die.
I would hate to say it, but maybe like Jocelyn.
I
Like,
was gonna say
I'm
that,
really not
too.
trying to kill her off. Like, I love her character, but I just feel like there's something there. Like, they've not woken her up yet. Like, this is making me sad. Like,
Can we just kill, like, if we're going to kill off anyone, can it be like someone who's like been in an episode for like 1 second and we know nothing about their
Could it be
character?
Camille? That would be awesome. But
No.
I don't think that's
but I
going to
do
be
love her
it.
character. But
Yeah, okay, so here's some positive
okay,
predictions.
yes.
I'm thinking that Clary and Simon are finally gonna kiss, and she is gonna think, oh, I think I've been looking for what's been in front of me the whole time, like a
Oh, man.
rom-com,
Yeah.
Simon's going to beam with happiness.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and then he's actually
Simon's
gonna, like,
face is going to turn bright red.
maybe Clary will die because he'll like kill her by accident.
Oh my gosh, that would be awful.
I'm
Everyone's
just
gonna be
kidding,
so
you
mad.
guys. No, that's not gonna
No,
happen.
let's
I think
not.
we'll see a fun kiss, and I think the Jace and Lydia prediction is amazing.
Yeah.
I like that prediction actually. If hopefully Lydia doesn't die.
By the way,
I don't want Lydia or Hodge to die, guys. Hope.
By the way, I've gotten a lot of tweets and people saying on my Periscope that they really want us 3 to get together next Tuesday and do like all of us sitting there like a live reaction.
I was thinking
to
the
finale.
same thing, actually.
We
You guys
should.
should come over. I have
Oh my
a
gosh.
big TV.
I can meet
I'm
Buffy.
totally down.
Oh my god, you guys, and we'll Periscope it and meet Buffy. Let's do it, okay?
Let's do
Let's
it.
do
It's
it.
a date.
I'm off next
Yes.
Tuesday. So.
Oh, good. On that note, we'll go on Periscope afterwards and answer all of your questions for us because we love you and you are amazing. But where can we all find the rest of you on the interweb?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV.
And you can find me on my YouTube channel under Dakota T Jones, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Dakota T Jones.
And you guys can find me, Sam Davidson, at SamD43 on Twitter and Instagram, SamDavidsonEntertainment.com, and on Snapchat at SamDavidson25. We will see you next week, and tune in to our
Tuesday.
Periscope on Tuesday. Mwah.
Para,
Woo.
bye-bye.
And we'll be on
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.